Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Well, since you are here, let's talk about Dragon Ball Z. Now, I am not that big a fan of Dragon Ball Z. I really only like the anime, manga, games, apps, action figures, dinnerware, apparel, and trading card game, so I might not be the most qualified person to talk about its intricacies. But what the hiffle? Let's give it a shot anyway. Dragon Ball Z. Now, what can be said about this show that hasn't been said before? Well, hopefully. But this is a show that spans the generational gap and is easily a contender for the most popular and well-known anime of all time. So why is this series about a bunch of aliens that look like dudes punching each other held so closely in the hearts of millions of people? Well, first off, Dragon Ball is a lot like Star Wars in many aspects. It created an extremely unique universe with broad enough appeal that almost anyone could find themselves drawn into it. Relatively simplistic concepts matched with a strong amount of creativity, as well as being a forerunner of its kind of genre, setting the standard for numerous amounts of shows and media to follow. For example, up until Dragon Ball Z, there wasn't a lot of representation for the epic kind of blinding speed battles where the movement and moves being performed had an almost dance-like quality to them. Before Dragon Ball Z, when someone at Superman levels of power fought, it was still basically shown as just amped up fisticuffs. The level of power and skill on display in Dragon Ball was a relatively unique thing. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today, because as great as the fight scenes in Dragon Ball Z are, I believe that there's something else that is the real reason why people find themselves so drawn to it. And that is something you might not initially suspect: the connection between emotion and power. Now, I know what you're thinking. Emotion? Isn't that thing that little girly men who can't bench press planets have? But hear me out, because this is genuinely the reason I think so many guys and girls who are completely jacked and basically live in the gym have such a connection to Dragon Ball Z. You see, in the real world, when you are pushed to the edge and everything seems lost, or you feel you just can't contain your anger anymore and just want to scream your lungs out, as I can pretty safely say we've almost all experienced once or twice, the sad thing is, it's unfortunately pointless. Nothing will really change if you tilt your head back and roar into the sky. Your problems will remain unresolved, and nothing in the world is really affected. Now contrast that with the world of Dragon Ball Z, which is a world where almost the entire basis of their power stems from the release of those cold, hard emotions. Goku's first ever transformation into a Super Saiyan is completely fueled and triggered by the anger and guilt over losing his best friend Krillin. When Gohan finally snaps and screams into the sky after Cell kills Android 16, tears are literally streaming down, or up his face. In Dragon Ball, almost all power is derived from a release of emotion. It's cathartic and beautiful in a way. Many people just write this off as pointless yelling as they are powering up, or joke about how there is more yelling than fighting in the show. And at some points and in some ways, that might be true, but it is simultaneously one of my favorite, and in my opinion, one of the most unique things about the show. So just think about that for a second. How nice would it be if when you were at that breaking point of human emotion where you just need to roar into the sky, if it really did give you the power to overcome your obstacles and fix your problems? That'd be pretty rad, right? Well, that's all for me today, so I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching this hot take on Dragon Ball. I promise more content is on the way as we speak, and I'd also love to check your feedback in the comments about what you thought and what you'd like to see me talk about or do on this channel. I also do still have that Patreon up and running if any of you want to support me or take a look at the incentives so that we can grow to be even closer friends. Friends who can join up and scream at the sky together. Later!